was a bit like you, Joe. I wasn't born with a silver spoon. In fact, I saw my father lose all his money in the late 80s. And so the final question is what this podcast is about is how to not lose money. Warren Buffett quoted as saying, rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. So what would be your advice, Joe, to not lose money?
You know what? One of my other favourite quotes that he did was to be fearful when others...
Greedy when others are fearful.
Greedy when others are fearful. And I think about that a lot when the market dips in property because everyone goes, oh, I'm not going to buy because no one else is buying. And then all of a sudden, you know, all the sheep follow and you're like, hey, that property was $200,000 cheaper 3 months ago, you know. So he's a billionaire for a reason. So hang on to your money. You've got to spend a little bit. And by that, I mean, seek out and pay for professional advice. So if it's a buyer's agent, you know, if your budget allows, you know, if you're starting to build a portfolio, spend money on getting a really good accountant and potentially a financial planner as well. Spend a little to make a lot. A buyer's agent will get you a property that's not a lemon and potentially save you thousands on it as well and find your properties that are off market. And by getting good sound advice and setting yourself up properly initially, you know, you're going to thank yourself 10 times over as the years go on. So, yeah, I'd say don't make false economic decisions as well. So, for example, I'll buy a property for somebody for $1 million and then they won't want to spend $550 on getting a pest and building report. So it's like, you know, let's not do that because then if the ceiling's about to cave in and you can't see it from where you're standing, that's going to cost you a little bit more than the $550. So, yeah, don't make false economic decisions. Spend a little bit of money and invest and make sure you invest in getting a really good team of experts around you. You don't need to be the expert. Let them do the experting, but pay for it.
Speaking of being greedy when others are fearful, etc., I'll tell you another quote. You probably haven't heard this one, but Harry Triggerboff told me once. He said to me, Tyron, do you want to know the secret to my success? I went, I'm not going to say no, am I? Right? Of course, Harry, what's the secret to your success? You're worth $26 billion. He said, listen to me. He said, Tyron, when times are bad, I buy land. By the time I get development approval, times are good again.
Yeah.
That's what did I think of that? Thanks, Harry. But it's a very good quote, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And the dark times are shorter than the good times as well. And I've seen it time and again now in the market where, yeah, all the sheep follow and the prices go up and you're like, you know, if you were in a position to buy 3 months ago, yeah, that was the time to make a purchase decision.